Yeah.
No, yeah, I can definitely see this, and this is always like a big issue. And we have exactly this problem in BZ, kind of like the level of complexity, because we have a lot
Yeah.
of different personas. So we're working on like complex projects where you might have a lot of different types of suppliers, like photographers, filmmakers, models, makeup artists, location owners, equipment owners, partners, a lot of different people interacting together. So a lot of people that we need to onboard and target. It is messy, to be honest. And so, yeah, simplifying everything you can is always best. Maybe just on the acquisition, it's linked to the acquisition topic, but I was just going to talk about like no code tools, which I think can help in this
Yeah.
situation as well. Like if you can just kind of build little no code tools on the side, for example, to just test with different personas, you can even launch it as like a separate platform, see if it works, and then slowly integrate or rebuild that into your main product. So at some point, we only had, for example, marketplace for equipment and locations. And so before we finished the pivot to B2B, we actually launched the whole freelancer and creatives talents marketplace, let's say network, as a separate platform, which was kind of, first it was a spreadsheet, which worked quite well, and then like just a public spreadsheet where people could share their contact information. Then we launched the no code as like the BZ gang, which is a completely separate platform. It was not integrated into anything. Since that started, we launched it like a week or so, like bubble no code. So that went quite fast, at least just to test and validate. And then as it was working well, then we started slowly integrating it into the main platform and just kind of like moving it there. So now the Beezy game doesn't exist anymore. It's just part of the main Beezy product. But as you said, because we have so many different personas and everything you add kind of like adds a level of complexity, especially when it's different types of people with different customer journeys, etc. It makes your product very, very confusing to use for most people. And so it's best to take things slow and even build separate products that slowly you can, take time to figure things out and test it, I would say.
And I think that that's a great approach of building these MVPs to validate other potential problems or needs that the different user personas are having. And definitely using no code tools is, I think that is a great approach. I haven't really used necessarily no code tools as such. I have been using a lot of different mockups or prototypes or surveys
Yeah.
or things done with Figma that looks like it is working, but it's not working, but it's not really a product. But I think that using no code tools is also a great approach. It's like, do you then continue using those no code tools within your product, or do you have to rewrite, or what is the approach then?
It depends on the size of the company and like at the stage you're at, etc. But yeah, a lot of no code tools, or at least kind of like specific no code features or workflows, etc., can actually scale to a certain extent quite nicely. So at the very beginning, that's actually how we started Beezy, was like built on like an open source no code platform. And so we really thought this was only going to be at the very beginning, but then you start realizing, no, actually this can go quite a while, so probably much longer than you expect. So I would definitely suggest doing that. And so we still have bits and pieces of no code things all over our platform, actually. And every time we do new features, new things, when we want to test new things, we kind of always do no code first. And then if it works out, then we integrate it into the main platform and build it ourselves when necessary. But I saw companies doing, for example, like I met two women that were doing like I think it was like a marketplace to book psychotherapists. Yeah, different types of doctors and psychotherapists. And so they were doing like something like 1 million in GMV. They had not built anything. It was actually just like a landing page with a spreadsheet and a WhatsApp number. And that was pretty much it. But they managed to
Wow.
go to like 1 million ARR, no, GMV, sorry, with pretty much just a WhatsApp number and a spreadsheet and like a one page landing page. So you see kind of some of these examples and you realize, okay, you can go quite far without actually building anything. So if you can do that, even just to test, I would definitely suggest doing that sort of stuff. And then once you get to that level, then you actually start building, because at that point you know exactly what your customers want, you know exactly how you need to build things. But at the very beginning, whatever you build, it's not going to work out anyways, more than likely. So why
Yeah.
waste time?